Today we're going to mix some mortar to do the stonework here. So, there's a few things that we got to go over. Number one, for the real stone veneer that we're using here, we have to use type S masonry cement. And number two is the sand. You want a very, very fine sand. You can sometimes get it at the masonry supply outfits. I mean, you can always get it there, but anyway. In this, you need a fine screen to screen it. And this one here is about 1/16 of an inch mesh. So that's basically what we use to screen it with if we need to screen it. So, the reason we need to screen it is because we're going to put it through a grout bag afterwards to fill in the joints around here. So, like these joints right here, I'm going to fill them right in with the grout bag. And this is not a masonry grout bag. This is a tile setter's grout bag, which has a finer end on it. And the reason I want a finer end is because when I grout it in, I don't want to get mortar all over the stone. And you will with a big hole in a masonry bag. So that's why I use that. So I will get to it. And the consistency of the mortar is very, very, very important, because if it isn't the right consistency, then it won't go through the mortar bag when it comes time to do that. But right now, we'll just mix it. So, I mix it 2 parts sand, 1 part type S. Very, very simple. 2 to 1. So, we'll go ahead and mix it. Get a see if I can get it. Well, I'm having quite a trouble here. Oh well, we can get it eventually. There's 1 sand. Now I'll get 1 type S. There's 1 type S. I'm going to have to have 1 more sand. There we go. I'll put that in here in a minute or two when I get started to mix it. Okay, now the mixer. Now you don't need a big elaborate mortar mixer. We have one, but we don't use it half the time or 3/4 of the time. All we use is a common ordinary drill with a paint beater. I don't know, I guess I can use it for several purposes. But that's basically what we use. Well, I guess we're not going to use this one. It don't even go. Oh, maybe it's a hookup. Let's see. Plug this thing into another unit here. Maybe that's it. See if it works. Yeah, there we go. Now, dump some water in here. I guess that's not a very good. You have to be very, very careful on the amount of water, because you don't want it too wet. some sand in it. Okay, so now I'm going to put some more sand in it. So I'll put another 2 to 1. Try to get as much as I can. Back to mixing. There is the mortar all mixed. And I sort of got lucky on this one because it looks like it came out just perfect. And that isn't the way it's going to happen with you each time. You're not going to have it like this. You're going to have to add a little more water or maybe even a little more mortar and sand. And of course when you add mortar and sand, you've got to do the 2 to 1. Smaller ratios, of course. So that's about what you want. I don't know what you would say. It's like what, mayonnaise, peanut butter, somewhere along that line. So that's mixing mortar. Now we do one more little test to make sure that this is right. Because the bottom line is you're going to have to put it through a grunt bag sooner or later. So, we'll test her through the grout bag. Now the way we test it, grout bag should be wet before the test, so I'll just dump a little water in it. There. Doesn't take much, just a little bit. There. I'm going to dump a little mortar in there. That's the type of mortar that we have. Now that should squirt right out of there just nicely. Just like that. That's the kind of mortar you need. Or at least that's what I use. Now later on I'll show you another method, the old-fashioned method. And some of the old hard-core stonemasons use. But right now, that is the mortar mix for today. So I'm going to take a little break and then we'll see you later.